Are the Sparkle & Co. dip liquids any good for doing your nails at home? Let's find out. So I've been on a mission to find out which dip systems offer beginner-friendly application and a gorgeous manicure that lasts. These Sparkle & Co. liquids are popular, they're available on Amazon, so it's time to try them out and see how good they are. Starting off with the base coat, the consistency is on the slightly thicker side, and I found the brush really wants to pick up a fair amount of liquid. To avoid getting a bulky application, make sure you are wiping excess liquid off of the brush before you apply to the nail. As long as you take that step, you shouldn't have any issue with applying this base liquid. It does apply really nicely in even layers. And the slightly thicker consistency means it also has a slower dry time. This is ideal for beginners who want to take their time applying the liquid before dipping into the powder. As an added bonus, it also leaves you time to use the toothpick trick to clean up that cuticle line. Plus, the slower dry time is also ideal for when you want to get into doing a little glitter ombre and other dip powder nail art that requires a little bit more time. All in all, I was really pleased with the ease of application with this base liquid. Just take note of the brush and make sure you're wiping away excess to avoid issue. And moving right along to the activator, the brush did saturate the nails really nicely, so application was easy. It did take a little bit to cure, so definitely give it some time before you go into buff. You want everything to be solid and not at all squishy like you see here. But after a couple minutes of waiting, it fully cured up, so there was no issues with buffing and smoothing out the dip powder. I actually found I didn't need a lot of buffing to smooth everything out, which speaks to how well that base liquid applied. And finally, on to the top coat. I followed my typical dip powder top coat application, and I didn't run into any issues with curing. I was also really pleased with the final shine and the results I got from using this dip powder system. Now, as far as how well this manicure held up, I was pretty impressed. This is how it looked just over a week later. Now, I did get some chipping on one of my thumbs, but given that it only happened on this one finger, it's more than likely a user error on my part from either not fully capping the edge or even buffing the dip a little too thin in this one spot. But other than that, everything looks great. I followed my usual nail prep process, and as you can see, I have zero lifting on any of my nails, so definitely pleased with the overall wear. Another thing to note is that I didn't notice any significant odors with this dip system. Though it is not marketed as a low odor set, it is definitely less stinky than other dip systems that I've tried. Overall, I actually really like these dip liquids from Sparkle & Co. Again, I caution about the brush and being careful to wipe excess base liquid, but this is definitely a great dip powder kit. That slower dry time definitely makes it ideal for beginners or people who like a little extra time when doing their nails at home. Now, before you go, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any DIY nail product reviews, tutorials, and as always, lots of nail inspo.